Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is making its way to PS5, ushering Rocksteady into the next generation. We haven't seen a game from this developer since 2015 with Arkham Knight, so expectations they're all over the place, and I think there's a lot of confusion over what this game actually is. So, welcome to Push Square everyone, my name is Aiden and I'm here to break down everything you need to know about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League on PS5. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is a third-person action shooter that can be played in either solo or up to 4-player co-op. It's being developed by Rocksteady Games, as mentioned, the team behind Arkham Asylum, City and Night, and is set to launch on PS5 on February 2nd. This game will come with 2 editions, the standard and the deluxe, with the latter coming with in-game cosmetics, weapons, a battle pass token, colour swatches, and a full 72 hours early access. In the game you play as the iconic Task Force X, a team made up of Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang and King Shark. In this original story, the Suicide Squad are sent to Metropolis to help combat the ongoing invasion from Brainiac, who has taken over many of the citizens and more notably the Justice League themselves, turning them into super-powered villains. It's up to Task Force X to infiltrate the city and, like the title says, kill the Justice League. Now, despite its multiplayer leanings, Rocksteady has claimed that Suicide Squad is the largest cinematic title it's ever made, with more cinematics than any of their previous games. Interestingly, this game is confirmed to be an extension of the Arkhamverse, which means that the Batman you've seen in all the trailers is the same Batman from the Arkham series. This story is set 5 years after the events of Arkham Knight. On top of Batman, we know that characters such as Penguin, of course Harley Quinn, and even Riddler will show up once more in some capacity. But there will be plenty of new faces too, such as Wonder Woman, Lex Luthor, Toyman, Hack and Gizmo. This is a Rocksteady game, so undoubtedly there will be more that we still don't know about. So let's quickly look at some of the gameplay for Suicide Squad, which is a lot different from the Arkham games. Suicide Squad is all about speed, verticality and momentum. Each of the 4 squad members have their own way to traverse the streets of Metropolis. Harley uses Batman's bat drone and grapple to swing around, Deadshot his jetpack, Captain Boomerang the Speed Force gauntlet, and King Shark, well, his godly powers. Guns will be the big offensive weapon for each character, with each having their own gun types, such as SMGs for Harley and snipers for Deadshot. The game tasks players with combining the momentum and traversal skills at their disposal with gunplay, making for a dynamic gameplay experience. Rocksteady has gone for a more balanced gameplay approach between the characters, so as to not make one character the tank or the glass cannon, for example, but each will still have their own unique skills and feel. With this approach, you should be able to morph your favourite character to your own playstyle, which we'll get into in a second. Now, despite being one of the most controversial aspects of Arkham Knight, vehicles are back in Suicide Squad. Gizmo crafts up various combat vehicles which can be airdropped into Metropolis and used against Brainiac's forces. Now, with this being a co-op shooter, a big change from the Arkham games, you may wonder how that has influenced the style of game that Suicide Squad is. Well, this game aims to find a balance between traditional linear narrative and multiplayer live service aspects, which upon launch means you need an online connection to play this game. Now, Rocksteady has confirmed an offline mode will arrive after launch, but for now you'll need to be connected to the internet regardless of whether you're playing with friends or alone. There will be a full and completable campaign in Suicide Squad that is very much in line with what fans of the Arkham games would come to expect. Linear missions like it will be spaced apart, with more looter shooter style mission content in between. When exploring the world, you'll be clearing out and capturing zones, saving citizens, and of course taking on the occasional boss. The city of Metropolis is fully explorable too, so players will have access to side missions, enemy patrols, iconic landmarks, and plenty of hidden Easter eggs. Even the Riddler's riddles are back. Upon completion of a mission, there will be a winner, and performance will actually be scored and marked in your own session leaderboards. Whoever wins will act as the team captain in the next mission, meaning they have control over which activity the group does next. When out in the open world of Metropolis, players will always be accompanied by a full squad. Now, you can play as any of the characters and switch between them after the completion of mission, if you're out of combat or you're in the Hall of Justice. You can even play as Harley Quinn when another member of your squad is also Harley Quinn. When out in the world, you're going to earn XP and new loot, which can be used to customize and fine-tune whichever character you choose to fit your playstyle. For skills, each character will have 3 talent trees, each with 10 tiers, with your max level being 30 of course. These skill trees can be respec'd after missions at no cost. Interestingly, thanks to the developer Q&A on Discord, we know that Rocksteady has rid the game of gear score, with weapons and gear now having a simple ranking of common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, notorious and infamy sets, with the latter being themed around DC villains. The aim here is for players to find guns that fit their playstyle rather than focusing too much on minimal numbers. It should essentially translate to less time counting numbers and more time mastering your build and enjoying the game. In between missions you will return to the Hall of Justice, which acts as your home base. It's here that you'll be able to purchase and upgrade your gear, with weapons based on different manufacturers, so with different characteristics. It's easy to mix up your loadout and try out different weapon types. Various DC characters will act as vendors for your character. So far we know that Toyman will apply mods to your weapons and traversal abilities, Penguin acts as the Gunmaster, Hack helps you upgrade your skill tree, and a young Poison Ivy will essentially add poison effects to your weapons. Now this is a really cool feature. With the ability to play on your own, there's a thing called Social Squad, which allows you to select a friend, a random, or the best in the world's character profile to join you in your travels. This gives you a sense of playing with real players with their own unique builds when on your own. A friend could of course then do the same for your character when you're offline, and what's even cooler is that if your character is used, you'll get a small amount of rewards from those missions. So with some of the main features of the game out of the way, let's look into the end game. For starters, once you complete the main campaign, there's still plenty to be done. For example, level 30 is only just a level player cap. Once reached, squad talents are earnable, which essentially act as a Paragon upgrade system similar to that of Diablo 4, which leads to near infinite build possibilities. There is then the endgame content such as incursion missions and killing time, with the latter being a sort of horde mode where killing enemies fuel your shield, and if it goes down you're exposed to Brainiac's tentacle arms. Brainiac is said to mix up his forces throughout the endgame so that you're having to evolve your builds and playstyles to make it through, and there will be leaderboards for each group type to try and conquer. Then there's the actual post-launch content, which is dipping into the multiverse, tagged here as Elseworlds. Suicide Squad will feature seasonal content, with each season featuring 2 episodes. These seasons will always be themed around DC villains, and it all starts with Joker. Joker is the first of the new playable characters that will be added to the squad. Similar to the rest, he'll have his own upgrade tree, traversal style, and combat approach. This isn't the Joker from the Arkhamverse of course, but will come from another dimension. Rocksteady says it's aiming to build out a library of playable DC villains, with some that we wouldn't expect to see in a video game. New characters in the seasons will also come along with new story missions, activities, gear, weapons, cosmetic items, in-game events, and themed areas. From the Insider episodes, it looks like we're going to get some form of Gotham City inspired area, which is very cool. All of this post-launch seasonal content will be automatically dropped into the game and will be available to players for free. And what's even cooler is that Rocksteady has ensured that if you want to check out an episode 6 months after it's come out, you can do that. The seasonal content won't be locked out of the game after it's finished. Suicide Squad will also feature a battle pass, but everything within that battle pass will be cosmetic only. There are no gameplay aspects locked behind a paywall. Right, okay, let's round this off with a quick bit of technical info. Suicide Squad will receive full haptic support on PlayStation 5, so that means adaptive triggers and haptic feedback. Being a next-gen only game that will not feature on the PS4, performance is thankfully targeting 60 FPS. With the game releasing on Xbox Series consoles and PC, it will actually feature crossplay and cross progression, meaning you can play with your friends on other platforms and take your profile over to those other platforms if you wish. And that is it. That's everything you need to know about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I am actually cautiously optimistic about this one. I do have little flurries of excitement with it, but let me know how you're feeling about it down in the comments, and remember to like the video and subscribe for more PlayStation video content. But until next time, I've been Aiden, and this has been Push Square.